As part of the Knowledge Management and Information System module on the MSc Management with Finance program, students were asked to evaluate the strategic importance of knowledge management practices with reference to tacit and explicit knowledge in helping organizations to achieve long-term objectives. The following presentation will draw on conclusions and summarizes the strategic importance of knowledge management practice in today's firms. Before I start, I would like to make it clear that the following is not an exhaustive list. It was found that knowledge management was used as a strategic tool in achieving long-term objectives in an organization by developing skills to achieve a competitive advantage, storing and disseminating knowledge, and the improvement of decision-making and organizational performance. In 1994, the Japanese organizational theorist Nonaka stated what knowledge the organization has and how rapidly it learns are becoming as important as what it currently produces. In today's organizations, knowing how to do things effectively and efficiently in ways that other organizations cannot duplicate is a primary source of profit and competitive advantage that cannot be purchased easily by competitors in the marketplace. Organizations that learn adjust their behavior to reflect that learning by creating new business processes and by changing patterns of management decision-making. This process of change is called organizational learning. When these new behaviors are found, documentation, patterns, and rules must be stored so employees can retrieve them. Knowledge, which is acquired, is then stored and then disseminated through application. Today, Chief Knowledge Officer, Executive, and Knowledge Manager positions are part of the organizational structure and play a vital role in the communities of practice. For the creation of valuable output and achievement of competitive advantage, the product and service quality improvement could be enhanced through competitive advantage, along with the cost and production reduction. The service and product speedy delivery and be able to provide accuracy in the production and service. It is now possible to reduce the costs related to mistakes at work, and the organization is able to increase its profits by resolving these mistakes. For decision-making and problem-solving as a means of achieving competitive advantage, useful knowledge must be attained by the workers. The required knowledge must be acquired and shared in order to support the operations of the business. For this purpose, organizational learning is essential to reduce the level of effort and time. Through OL, it is possible to use diverse sources and acquire knowledge. Use the central knowledge base to store knowledge, share knowledge amongst all KWs, as well as allow changes to the stored knowledge by the KW using their prior experience. Knowledge acquisition. The knowledge acquisition and KW time could be saved through organizational learning. The collaboration and continuous knowledge learning would also take place if new knowledge is shared with the rest of the employees of the organization. This is known as sharing culture within the organization and is essential to the development of new knowledge and the continuous improvement of an organization gaining and storing knowledge. In essence, the sharing culture is an essential part of knowledge management. The knowledge present in the knowledge base must be used in such a manner that the employees are able to make informed decisions in their problem-solving and decision-making activities, which in return reduce the cost and time for the organization at large. This brings us back to Nonaka. We can now see the strategic importance of knowledge management through the link between the organization learning new knowledge, storing the knowledge in a database for retrieval. Stored knowledge can then be used to reduce costs by adjusting processes to make them reduce wastage and improve efficiency by learning new ways to process. Knowledge from the database can now be retrieved and used to make better decisions and solve problems. We can now see the link between knowledge management, organizational learning, and competitive advantage. Knowledge management is seen as a strategic tool in achieving a competitive advantage by employees learning through experience and through organizational learning, then storing this knowledge in a medium that is able to transfer tacit knowledge to explicit knowledge so that new employees can join the organization and take this knowledge and to be beneficial to the organization, thus achieving competitive advantage. Another example of how this knowledge management is a strategic tool is by developing new methods and ways of processing which can then be used to achieve competitive advantage. An example of this would be intellectual property or pattern designs in engineering, which other companies or competitors do not have or have not been able to develop up to this point in time. And I would like to thank you for watching this presentation. The following are my references.